everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, May 9th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a time for change call this Wednesday night at 9 p.m. and a reverse aging health call this Friday at 9 p.m. Seeking love outside of you causes you to miss the love inside your being. Seeking love outside of you causes you to miss the love inside your being. This amazing love is most easily found in your aloneness and not in your loneliness. This amazing love is most easily found in your aloneness and not in your loneliness. Every cell of your body will celebrate when you stop, relax, and abide in this rich love inside. Simply soak and rest in your juiciness. There is no reaching the self if self were to be reached. It would mean that the self is not here, and now that it is yet to be obtained. Manamrishi. Whenever we focus our attention on is what grows and expands into our lives. The mind is like a magnifying glass that intensifies and brings closer whatever object is under its penetrating gaze. When we are 100% committed to directing our mind's energy towards one specific thing in our life, no matter what it is, all the manifesting energy in the universe flows in that one direction. There is an enormous gold mine of manifesting power found in directing one's attention to one direction, in one direction. So, what is that one thing that you want to manifest more than anything else in your life? We all want to be happy, feel abundant, free, have deep inner peace. Yet, what do you think that you specifically have to do to attain these experiences? Can you deeply relax in love and love your life only after you're financially free, bought your dream home, lost 10 kilos, and transcended all your fears? Or is it possible to enjoy the sweetness of your life every breath along the way? What you may find is that you don't have to let go of anything, achieve anything special, or work towards reaching any big goal in order to be ridiculously happy. There's only one basic thing that you need to practice. Keep your mind focused on what you want, excuse me, and off of what you don't want. It's that simple. Or is it? Most of the time we focus on what we don't want. It's a discipline. It's a concentrated awareness of where we're directing our power. It's fascinating to see what miraculous manifestations will appear when we slightly adjust our relationship with our mind. When we are constantly directing our mind's attention to dwelling on the thoughts, feelings, and experiences we want, we become more creative, intuitive, confident. You cannot feel powerless, weak, or a victim to anything in your life when you understand this simple, sweet secret. Whatever we focus on is what we manifest. By focusing on what it feels like for all our dreams to come true each day, your list of heart-pumping desires must start manifesting for you. This is the great law of the universe. Like attracts like. When you're at a high frequency of energy, you attract similar high vibrational outcomes. Why is it that the majority of people on this planet don't do that? It's staggering how quickly all your problems, illnesses, fears, and limitations instantly drop away when you stop focusing on them. This doesn't mean you're avoiding them, resisting them, or trying to push negative emotions away forcefully. You just feel everything inside, see the bigger picture, and know all is always in perfect balance. Just like the philosophy found in the 5,000-year-old yin-yang symbol. The speck of light is contained within the dark, and the speck of dark is found within the light. You can always find something positive inside what appears to be negative, and vice versa. It's amazing how enjoyable life can become when you hold this enlightened perspective in your mind. Having realized the self, nothing remains to be known. You see, all is perfect bliss and moderation. The enlightened state of bliss is one of the highest experiences a human can have. It is a feeling of being held by the universe, like a baby in the mother's womb, totally free from all worries and concerns. And when the body is fully emotionally grounded in this now moment, there is an exquisite acceptance of every feeling, thought, and sensation occurring in the body, as the mind is perpetually saying yes to each breath, heartbeat, feeling, and thought that you have. In the enlightened state of bliss, there is no more avoidance of pain or yearning to seek pleasure. In the enlightened state of bliss, there is no more avoidance of pain or yearning to seek pleasure. The mind is relaxed, absorbed, grounded within the exploration of saying yes to it all. You realize how every moment of your life is an attempt by the universe to pour its great cosmic orgasmic energy through you, which makes it easy to say yes. Every breath you inhale is a sacred gift to cherish, and you fully enjoy the sweet, precious life that you still have. Bliss naturally happens through a deep, penetrating relaxation. When we step back from our lives and realize just how amazing this universe is, how benevolent, loving, and caring this universe actually is, your mind, emotions, body will begin to relax to a much deeper level. And then the bliss state can slowly start to find its way in. The mind's perpetual striving, achieving, defending, and protection programs will suddenly fall away. You'll notice how naturally your day is absorbed in feelings of lightness, gratitude, and freedom. For no reason at all, you will start to take life more gently and feel a sense of lightness about this life. And you start attracting higher vibrational people and outcomes. You start becoming a bliss magnet and find you are constantly manifesting positive, easygoing situations and synchronistic circumstances everywhere you go. Living in a state of bliss doesn't mean you give up feeding your children or going to work. You just do it all from a place of acceptance, joy, freedom, and deep inner peace. When you can remain connected with this blissful, relaxed state of being, feeling deeper into it for several minutes a day, you'll be able to build on it throughout the week and soon find it is naturally happening through you for several hours and eventually all day long. Out of this bliss arises an exquisite inner calm, which deepens the acceptance that you are a super powerful manifesting being who can create anything you want. Being yourself is being pure love, and that is what bliss is. There is no real love until you are at or you are that pure love. Ramana Maharshi. Being yourself is being pure love, and that is what bliss is. There is no real love until you are that pure love. The enlightened state of bliss is easy to find, for it is our most natural and effortless way of being. There truly is nothing you need to do to experience it. Simply relax into the source of life, this life that is flowing through you and is already here now. A lighter, joyful feeling will arise slowly and naturally, and soon take over your mind and body when you can truly surrender to that experience, trusting fully in it. You discover the secret to tapping into a blissful energy wherever you are. The more you practice relaxing deeper into this pure life energy, the more you will discover a great stillness within it at the center. Here you will find there are no fears, no worries, no concerns about anything at all. There is just this blissful feeling of pure freedom from the world's drama and an eternal vacation from the frantic, hurried, worried, unsatisfied patterns in the mind. Can you think of anything more blissful than this? The benefits of making a close relationship with the bliss state are incalculable. For starters, you become a bright bowl of happiness for everyone around you to enjoy. You are a walking demonstration that happiness is not reliant on external circumstances. People will feel lighter from just connecting with you along the way. You'll notice how others are spontaneously generous with you. Strangers feel attracted to you and love your company simply because you're vibrating at this higher frequency and time. You'll see a whole new world of opportunities will open its doors for you, and even material success will bow down and kiss your feet. Do not delude yourself by imagining your source to be some God outside you. Your source is within yourself. Give yourself up to it. That means that you should seek the source within and merge with it. Ramana Maharshi. Do not delude yourself by imagining your source to be some God outside of you. You are the God. There are a plethora of remarkable benefits that manifest from living at the bliss vibration. You cannot create a health problem, a financial issue, nor a cold, prickly relationship because your frequency just won't allow for it. When bliss is active in your body and alive in your heart, you'll be having too much fun creating heaven on earth and playing the role of an enlightened, joy-filled bridge. You'll be tapped into a source of infinite energy and find it super easy to manifest anything you want into your world. Just by touching the surface of bliss, this world will start giving you whatever your heart desires. It has to karmically reward you, because bliss is one of the most evolved experiences we can have. This universe is forever expanding, and it wants you to join in on this great expansion. It will continue feeding you more of what you desire as long as your energy is sufficient to receive it. The higher energy you have, the more capable you are of taking in all that you can. If you're looking out there for bliss, you won't find it. This enlightened state is not something you can purchase or trade anything for in this world. It's always free. It's always available right now. It is your natural birthright. And to access it, you simply become open, available, and willing to welcome every possible light and dark experience that could show up here now. If you're someone who is skeptical about this state of bliss, or it's been so long that you've forgotten what bliss feels like. It's good to know that as babies, we each came into this world as a bubbling ball of bliss. Heck, 9 months prior to your birth, your first cells were forming out of an orgasm. What else should we expect from you? Bliss is your very nature. It is all of our very nature. It is the foundation of our existence. It is the meeting place where your soul and human essence connect. It wasn't until your mind was conditioned to believe otherwise that this connection was lost. So if and when you aren't feeling bliss every day, just know that this jubilant experience is buried underneath the busy preoccupations of your mind. When your mind gets quiet, calm, centered, and absorbed within the silent stillness at your core, you'll feel the bliss begin bubbling up again. It was always there, since you were a baby, just waiting for you to slow down enough to rediscover it. It's vital that you realize your life is meant to be this fun, empowering, manifesting adventure. Everything you want to manifest in love, money, health, sex, and your intimate relationships can and will be yours one day. You simply have to choose to raise your vibration high enough to receive it. By exploring how to open this bliss valve within, you'll soon see your desires easily and effortlessly find a way into your life. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing is to relax these bodies that we're in, because we're not the body. We have to remind ourselves all the time. You're not the character, you're not the name, you're not the personality, you're not the status in this life. You're the God, the kingdom of God, the heaven, the soul, the spirit within the body. And how do we do this? We focus on our breath. Most people on this planet do not focus on their breath. They don't. Why? Because they're too preoccupied with the external world, the material, physical world. They don't even know they're breathing at times. In fact, some of us have to have machines to remind us to breathe. Think about that. So the breath is absolutely paramount. It is magical. It is divine positive energy. So we focus to easily and slowly breath in through our noses and easily and slowly breathe out through our mouths. In doing this, you immediately move into the now. You still the ego mind and subconscious mind. Immediately. Well, how is that done? You step outside of it. You don't engage the ego mind. You're not entertaining all of the thoughts that the ego mind is generating. The insecurities, the irritation, the hurriedness, the discomfort. And your mind chatter. All of us have mind chatter. You know what that is. That noise that we have 24/7. That's gone. And the tens of millions of thoughts that fly by us like clouds in the skies, which are basically programs, are gone. Worry, stress, and fear are gone. All of it's gone. Because in the now, the ego mind, subconscious mind do not exist. They don't exist. But most of us are so used to them controlling us, right? Because why? Well, Because the ego mind, subconscious mind keeps us either in the past or the future, future, past, future, past, future, past, future, past. And it always goes on that way. We don't, very rarely do we stay in the now. And when we do know to stay in the now, we don't stay there long. It takes practice. Because if someone were to ask you, when you were really in the now, and someone were to say to you, hey, Ben, what are you going to do tomorrow? What do you got planned? You'll say, Frank, I don't have a clue. I live in the now, moment to moment. I focus on my breath. I live in the now. I go with the flow. I have downstream thinking. I don't fight the current. However you explain it to anybody. Now, to most people, wouldn't that be odd? That'd be odd, wouldn't it? Boy, you're strange. Why do we care what other people think of us? Truly, why? Ego, mind. Ego, mind. Ego, mind. Mind, ego. Mind, ego. That's why. But in the now, doesn't exist. In the now, you are able to open the door to the God that you are. Once you discover the now, truly, deeply discover what the now is, you will not leave the internal journey. You won't. You will not leave it. You've had all that you care to have of the external, physical world. And it doesn't mean you detach from it. It just means you don't participate through the ego mind. And in the now, you calm the mind and the ego. Now picture yourself standing in front of what? 3 paths. Right? You're in the center, you're in the now. One on the left is the past, one on the right is future. Now, obviously, we look at them and see how they're constructed. We see that the trees have formed canopies over all 3 paths. We also see that there's gold shimmering the leaves, the bark, the branches, the entire tree. Gold shimmering. And then we look at the path itself, and it is a brilliant emerald green flaming grass. Appears to be grass. The only difference on all 3 of these paths is that the past, the one on the left, really worn, and the future, the one on the right, is really worn. Because most of us, the reason that is because most of us don't know how to get in the now, to stay in the now. We don't even know how to get into now. And if we do stumble across getting into the now, we aren't there for long, matter of seconds. Because the ego mind will try everything it can to keep you out of the now, in the past or the future, but not the now. It'll keep you out of there as much as it can. And since we've all been conditioned for the ego mind to rule us, that's usually what happens. But once you begin to discover that you can be the master through the heart mind. Now, we all have memories and experiences, and we enjoy them. We visit them on occasion. Might have been an event, might have been 20, who knows how many years, how long it's been, but you've enjoyed something so much that you refer back to it, and it gives you have a good feeling with it. You ever done that? And you also look at things that you've done that didn't work out, and you say, if I were to do that again, I would do it differently to see what the outcome would be. I wouldn't do it the same way. Now, we'll go up the stairs and we'll open that door. We all have a massive library, a source, right? And the subconscious mind and the ego mind, everything's stored there. And the subconscious mind stores everything. It records everything from babydom all the way to adultdom. And everything else around it, and plays it back. So we go in there, we turn on the light, and we look around and says, there's got to be walls in here. There's no walls because the place is so darn big. Well, okay, let's look up. There's no ceiling. The shelves and the levels go on throughout eternity. There's no end. Imagine the resource information in there. So what we do is we'll go to the different shelves, we'll get some movies, some books, and pictures. We'll sit in the easy chair, we'll watch some of the movies, read some of the books, look at some of the pictures. But then we're done. We put it back. We turn off the light, we shut the door, and we move forward in life. And on occasion, we revisit. Now, some of us, I don't believe it's conscious. I believe it's unconscious. But we stay there so long that we end up taking that past into a future that doesn't exist. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. That's why a lot of people will say, no matter what we do, we always end up here. Now, all of us go into the future because we want to know things, right? You ever said to yourself, boy, if I had a crystal ball. You remember some of you probably remember the 8 ball, remember that? It was a large black ball, it had 8 on it. And you'd turn it, you'd ask a question, turn it over, and in the bottom there was an opening, and it would tell you, supposedly, right? And so the crystal ball is that you'd like to know in advance what's going to happen for you. Am I going to have the money I need? Right? Am I going to get the new job I want? Will I have that new car? Will I have that new home? Will I have this? Will I have that? When's this going to happen for me? When's that going to happen for me? Now, when we don't get answers, because the reason we do this is because the ego mind is sitting there poking us. You got to know, you got to know. And that's attachment and expectation. So we'll go to external authorities. We'll go to tarot card readers generally, astrology chart readers, psychics, clairvoyants, all kinds of people. And so we ask them to give us a heads up on what's going to happen for us in the near future, 2 months, 3 months, next, whatever. And so we intently listen. And some of us will just go, not a big deal, and go about our way. Others will take it in and believe it. Now, and see, the ones that don't really attach to it, they don't have expectations or attachments to the outcome of it. They just leave it alone. So that's great. And they end up manifesting it. The universe sends it to them. The ones that question and doubt, start fearing, and have lack of faith, shut off the abundance flow. And it doesn't happen. And what do? That person was wrong. They were way off base. And that's what happens. Now, if someone were to tell you that something not too good is going to happen, right? Most people will kind of shrug their shoulders and ignore it. Well, I don't care to hear about that. But we do it because of the ego mind is in charge. So we practice, or we choose to practice, to stay in the now, through the breath. Now, if you were to look inside this body that you're in, you would notice 7 lights going from the tailbone to the top of the head. Now, these lights, all different colors. They're super vibrant, much more so than the colors on this planet. What are they? They're spirit etheric energy. We're spirit etheric energy, the gods that we are in these bodies, omnipotently powerful. And on this planet, they're called chakras. Definition of chakra is wheel. These are wheels of light. And they're connected to everything with this body. They're connected to the body's emotions, character, personality, all the organs, the blood flow, everything down to the quantum quark. It's a constant flow. Now remember, we're all balls of light, pure light energy, pure consciousness. You could take 1 trillion suns, group them all together behind you, the ball of light, and the ball of light would be way brighter than all those suns. It's to get into that understanding that we are balls of light. We don't carry the physical image in mist, right, of the body, the physical material body that we left. We don't do that. Why would we? See, that's part of the matrix design. You see it in all the movies and everything, that when you leave the body, you are the body. You see what I mean? You're not. So we will learn when we decide to go within, the journey within, stay within, and eventually we will learn that we are the power of healing these bodies, the gods that we are within them. Now, we all know that we are gods. The more you acknowledge that, the easier it flows, because you surrender to your guilt, your fear, your anger, your frustration, your unworthiness, all of that. You let it go. It's ego mind generated. It isn't you. And embrace the fact that you are the God source, the kingdom of God within that body. And all the pieces of that God. Now, we enter the body as the heaven. The heaven is you, the God, in the body. It is not a place where everybody goes. Right? That's the matrix trap. The heaven is you. So doesn't it make sense that you enter the physical form of the body? You become consciously aware, which means that you know that you are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. You are from that, of that. And you know that every step you take on this planet, you're creating paradise. It literally. Not only that, you're shining your light. The light of the God that you are within that body, the pure, deep, eternal love, the pure consciousness. You're shining it everywhere. It's like, well, I can turn it off. No, you can't. You're always shining. You're always shining your light on everything and everyone. And at times, maybe we get a little angry, maybe we get a little frustrated, but we nip it in the bud quickly, easily. You focus on the breath you're in the now. That goes. That's gone. Does it make any sense that we put all of our energies into pain, anguish, sorrow, anger, revenge, vindictiveness? Does that make any sense? When we could be putting all that energy towards abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, bliss. Because I guarantee you, every single time you lower that frequency, you blast away any abundance that was flowing to you effortlessly. Every single time. Your life is what you design it to be through these frequencies. And this civilization will begin to understand that. And it'll be very careful, each of us, on how we express our frequencies and energies. It won't be micromanagement. We'll just know. I go down that road, I get frustrated, fearful, angry, vengeful, hateful. All of the abundance that flows to me, through the universe, is blasted away. As long as I keep myself in those lower frequencies and spend my power and my energy in the low frequencies, that's exactly what my life is going to be. So it's a choice, isn't it? You either go into lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, and of course you'll get some more of the same, or you stay and focus on the now and then the bliss will bubble up, and your frequency will increase, and you'll connect with the abundant flow of the universe to you. Now, some of us maybe, when we decide to leave these bodies, and we're this ball of light, and we're out in the sacredness of space, we know we're the light. Okay? We know that we are the light. We are the love. Pure, deep, eternal love, pure consciousness. So does it make any sense that all of a sudden this other light shows up and says, here, come in. Come on. Come into me. You will say, no way. Jose, I am the light. Why would I go into you? Of course, most of us get seduced into that light that follows us because we don't know that we are the light. Now, we have parts of us, the gods that we are, that are asleep, stone cold asleep. It doesn't mean we don't deeply, eternally love them like we deeply, eternally love the other parts of us, the gods that we are, that are awake, to a certain extent. And this is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. There's no separation. Remember that. Well, how can parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, be 9,000 billion light years away, and that means that we're all one? We are all one. We're everywhere. We're everywhere and nowhere. We're in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. That's a constant. And we're focused on this planet. Why? Because we're liberating. Why? Because it has a lot of lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, pure evil, pure black goop, along with this goopy AI. So that's why. Why do you want to do that? Because we want this planet to be blissful, like we are. We want everything to be happy, joyous. And it can be. That ego mind's going, oh, you can't have that all the time. What's wrong with you? You got to have misery and pain and suffering. Well, we've all had that more than once. We've learned what we're going to learn. It's time to move on, experience new experiences, create new avenues. Now we're on full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And all of us are one. We're all love. We're all God. And our God force love light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, grow, and expand. We immediately form this massive white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This emanates from the gods within these bodies. Pure, deep, eternal love, and gratitude, peace. It's flooding this planet, saturating, permeating it, head to toe, inside, down, on it, in it, above it, and below it. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. We begin to ascend above the planet. We are met with this massive ocean of glitter. Now, this isn't like an ocean of glitter that you would depict on this planet. It's far beyond that. So we take what we know from this planet and intensify it to come nearer explaining what this ocean of glitter is. So we take a grand finale fireworks display, intensified a trillion times, expanded a trillion times. Same with the laser light show display, grand finale. Same with the ballroom globe with the mirrors, perfectly etched mirrors reflecting light. Shine light on this globe, it will flood the room with light. It's a reflection of itself. It is a message to all of us, the gods that we are in these bodies. We are a reflection of ourselves. So you combine all of these into one massive crescendo, and boom, pretty near the description of the ocean of glitter. Now we look at the reflective points, and they're everywhere. We notice these little tiny microscopic perfectly etched mirrors. And we enter them and discover that all of us, the gods that we are within these physical forms, are teaching and learning and teaching from each other all the time, infinity and beyond. Why do you think all these vessels are provided by the gods for the gods? So we enter them to experience the physical form. And we power them to a certain extent. Other gods help power them as well. So you take a tree, for instance. People look at the tree and say, well, it's separate from me. Look at that, it's 50 feet away. How can it be part of me? That's the illusion. So a god enters a tree and experiences the physical form of the tree, the life of the tree. And you can take different tree varieties. Let's just, for instance, take an oak tree and a bamboo tree. Oak tree will, with high winds, will end up cracking. It won't give way, and it'll split. Bamboo tree will bend with the wind, flex. That's how it survives. Doesn't fight it, it bends with it. We learn these things. Most of us are so preoccupied with the external reality, the external physical material world, that we miss most of this. Because we're caught up in the ego mind, worrying, stressing, fearing, and wondering, and worrying, and stressing, fearing, because we all do that. None of us are exempt from it. It's because the ego mind is in charge. Very simple. We're immediately met with an emerald green, flaming, healing light from Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with white fire armor, far beyond any armor you would depict on this planet. It emanates from the God force, love, light, energy. It emanates from the God within each of these bodies, pure, deep, eternal love. It is impenetrable, while at this high vibrational frequency of knowing and through the heart-mind, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies can even come near it. They'll vaporize. Their low frequency can't sustain itself in such a high frequency. Just stay away. No demon possession, no attachments, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequency happening. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, fear, greed, revenge, hurriedness, jealousy, envy, worry, stress, fear, you will lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. We created this double column of light. The first part of it is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. We're then met with the second part of this column of light, the violet ray. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are, to remind us all that we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the sun sets and the sun rises. We are the rain and the rainbow. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the skies, the clouds. We are the forests, the trees, the soils, the animals, the mountains. We're everything. Everything is us. So the next time you see a sunset, sunrise, rainbow, starry lit night sky, ocean front, mountain view, whatever it may be, and you look at it and you say, isn't that beautiful? And it is, because it is the God that you are within that body. So you go, that is the God that I am, through the heart mind, not the ego. That is the God that I am. And you'll experience a shift. And you'll know that whatever you looked at, whatever you're looking at, and you wonder what it would be like to be that, through your breath, through being in the now, in a very short period of time, you will know what it's like to be whatever it is you're saying to yourself, I wonder what it's like to be that. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us who are carrying physical form decide to step out, hover effortlessly above that physical form. The reason we do this is because it's very fun, and we can. We come into contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this golden white bowl of light. And the golden white bowl of light is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. In turn, all of this creates this super bright, sparkling, glittering, flashing mist. It's like a mist, a cloud, and it's absorbed into the heart mind. And it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. Now, we discovered that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, and massive abundance. And we discover that all of this is a reflection of the gods that we are in these bodies. Now, at the top of this column, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, 24/7, infinity and beyond. What is the golden ocean? It's pure, deep, eternal love. And it's flooding this planet. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe, on it, in it, above it, and below it. Infinity and beyond. We're drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean's the drops, drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere. Over 4 years ago, it holds nearly 1,900 of our meditations in perpetual motion, and those meditations continue to grow, expand, and intensify every day, every second. hundreds of millions of us on and off world, consciously aware to a certain point, certain extent, flooding this planet every day, 7 days a week, over 4 years without interruption. That's massively powerful. It is consistent. It is given every single day. It is transforming this planet. It's transforming the civilization. Now, you can tap into this. That's why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. By being in the now, focusing on the breath, being in the now, being silent, calm, peaceful. Remember, you're not in the ego mind. You're not in the subconscious mind. You're in the now. You see that the surface of the planet, everywhere, you see this, it's an evaporative state. You see this shiny black goop, and it's rising, it's sending off of the planet everywhere. Everywhere you look, you see it. Now, the atmosphere itself, you notice, it's kind of a shimmering, it's transparent, but you can see this golden pink white shimmering light. It's like a liquid light, and it's just flowing everywhere. Now, these particles, these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, these goopy, pure evil, they're disintegrating as they ascend above the planet. And you look at the sky, and the sky is this super bright white with tinges of pink and gold. So as they continue to evaporate from the planet, these black goop, they're disintegrating as they continue to ascend up. And they hit this sky, and they vanish. They're obliterated. They're absorbed into the pure consciousness. And they're no more. And you can witness this anytime you choose through the heart mind. To be spiritually awake means you are fully present to this eternal celebration of life in each moment. There is no judgment about good, bad, right, wrong. You are simply in a state of awe and gratitude for what is. This is a completely effortless task. Yet even effortless is too much a word to truly discover it. Go about your day even more freely, lightly, and effortlessly than you ever have in your entire life. Make celebration of existence the number one commitment throughout today. I join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy, slow breath in through the nose, and an easy, slow breath out through the mouth. Move still. Be still. Who you think you are is just a concept and is not even close to the amazing multidimensional being that you really are. Look into a mirror for 5 minutes today. Stare into the black holes in your eyes. Let yourself disappear in the emptiness. Stay for 30 seconds in one state of mind. Keep breathing, noticing who is the creative witness behind your eyes. Observe what conscious spiritual energy is present. Lose yourself in the experience. Let yourself dissolve into the experience who is having the experience. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening, the night, and following morning. We will return here Tuesday, May 10th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.